against the airline. So that is different. So these are the set of assemblies. They have councils, they have, all around the globe needs to be moving up to this particular assembly. Now, if you talk about the council, they are these 36 member states is a part of this council. Okay. Now, in this, it appoints, see, I've already mentioned it here. Convention on International Civil Aviation, Chicago, 1944 was the time when Aikawa was formed. So Aikawa was formed in Chicago in 1944, 1 year prior to IATA. Okay. Then what was the major duties of Aikawa is that it implements or it takes care of, or let's say it administers everything, finances, transport, safety, security, every such kind of things is taken care by this thing. Now let's say there is an unlawful interference. Okay, there is a terrorist on board. Again, ICAO will take care of that. Let's say ANS services, your air navigation services, okay, your ATC services, again, ICAO will take care of that. If you talk about human resource, your employees problem, again, IATA, employers, again, IATA. So everything needs to be reported. Let's say in 4 years or something, the minister needs to be moving up for a convention, and the problems which he is facing and what could be the suggestions which he will get from the team needs to be cleared out there. So that is totally Aikawa. Now, Secretary General, and I told you Aikawa is having, a set of teams. Okay, so they have assembly, they have council, they have Secretary General. So obviously, Secretary General is the head of Aikawa. I've mentioned it here. The Secretary General of Aikawa is the head of Secretariat and the Chief Executive Officer of the organization. Okay. He is the chief head of the organization. Now, the Secretariat deals with, what does the Secretariat deals? Secretariat deals with the Air Navigation Bureau, okay, your ANS services, then your legal affairs, okay. Now, you've seen passengers stating that I'll put a complaint on you. So, that is not on you, you're on your company. So, it again takes care of the legal affairs. Okay, they give you information. Okay, if you move in this way, this could work out in this way. So, this is the legal affairs which they give. Then, administration services is also done by the Secretary General. Okay, these are the functions which they do. Now, Air Navigation Commissions. Air navigation commissions are totally based on your ANS. Okay, totally based your ATC services. Okay, if there is a instrument needs to be changed in your ATC, no other, you're calling up a person and asking him to change. No, you need to get a permission from the ICAO stating that your ANS so-and-so instrument has to be changed because there is a mismatch in it. This might lead to an incident or let's say an accident. Okay, because if we are not giving, we are all humans, there might be errors happening, right? So your instruments need to be perfect. So you need to be giving a proper information based on your standard recommended practices, your SOPs. Okay, you need to be giving up the information to the person stating that so-and-so instrument needs to be changed. Now, that will go via your hierarchy. Okay, you are directly not talking to someone in the ICAO. No, you're not supposed to do that. That will go according. Now, if you're a staff, you need to be talking to your manager, assistant manager, your assistant manager will talk to your manager. So that's how it goes according to the hierarchy. So my main intention to tell you this was ICAO is having 4 teams. Okay, ICAO is divided into 4 teams. Number 1 is your assembly. Number 2 is your council. Number 3 is your secretariat. Number 4 is your ANS, Air Navigation Services. So under ICAO, you can be putting up a chart, 4 teams. Okay, these all 4 teams are dealing with 4 departments. As I said, secretary deals with administrative, legal, all these case of things. Okay, now if you talk about assembly deals with providing the procedures, policies, and things like that. So ANS deals with your ATCs. Major thing which you need to notice is ICAO not only takes care of airline, it also takes care of your passengers, it also takes care of your instruments, entire airports around the globe. It could be anything, pick and pan of the airport. Okay, so that comes under the Aikawa. Now, is Aikawa clear? Is Aikawa clear? Everyone slept?
No, ma'am. Yes, ma'am, it's clear.
Okay. I thought, everyone is tired and they slept off. Okay, so what we will do is, okay, since you all are sleeping, let's watch two videos. So if it's videos, you guys will wake up again. So let's watch two videos together. Number one, first video would be, what Aikawa is, okay, what they do. Number two is, let's put up a competition between, one minute. No. Let's watch what Aikawa is. Then I will tell you what is the Ayata and Aikawa. What is the difference between the Ayata and Aikawa? Okay, fine.
Yes, ma'am, sure.
Okay, so let's watch a video as what Aikawa is. I need a rest for my throat. I'm getting okay.
Ma'am, any YouTube channel so that we can follow that, ma'am, for any references, further references?
YouTube channel, as in what? As in for your notes?
Yes, ma'am, for notes and for like something, like some topics required some visual explanation also. So for that also, ma'am.
Okay, visual explanation. I'll tell you, I have not gone through any of this. This kind of videos I'm showing you just to bring back your your attention towards me. These kind of videos is just, since it's an online class, I know there might be some sort of disturbances happening. So it is just to bring you back to my topic. Okay, so I will tell you if at all you need to be taking up any visual thing, because I have not gone through any of those visual things which is there in YouTube. So if anything, I will start checking that for you. If at all, if anything is needed, I will let you know. Okay, either I will put up in the group that you need to follow the things, or I believe there is a website being started by Mr. Mohit. So obviously that sort of things would also be updated in that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. So let's watch this. Scene visible?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Just tell me whether you could hear it.
The world is an amazing place.
Yes, ma'am.
Heard?
Audible. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Audible.
It's where we travel and where we trade, where we explore and where we discover, where we connect and reunite. And for the last 75 years, it's been aviation that's connected us, building bridges across our skies. The International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, is the UN agency where countries come together to build those bridges. They make them by using international laws and standards, which together make up an historic agreement called the Chicago Convention. The convention is designed to help the countries of the world to share their skies. It aligns the aviation regulations of 193 countries and opens our planet to the wonders of flight. This global system of international cooperation helps aircraft carry us farther and faster than any generation in history, making sure that airports and airlines operate safely, securely, and efficiently, and improving noise and emissions every step of the way. Air transport today carries and connects more than 10 million passengers on over 100,000 flights, not every year, but each and every day. Flying those 4 billion passengers, in addition to 56 million tons of high-value cargo, employs over 62 million people globally and generates almost $3 trillion in global GDP. All this activity drives an incredible amount of economic growth and prosperity wherever aircraft fly. And it explains why connecting by air is so essential to sustainable development and economic growth all over the world. But for all it's accomplished, global aviation faces a lot of challenges today. Current passengers and flights are forecast to double during the 2030s, meaning it needs thousands of new aviation professionals to operate the future network. That requires education and training. And importantly, it means that a lot more women will be joining aviation's ranks. Traffic growth also poses emissions concerns. But industry and governments are working together on a carbon-neutral future for international flight. And in terms of safety and security performance and managing our skies efficiently in the years ahead, ICAO global plans are helping the world cooperate towards strategically aligned targets and goals. As it celebrates its 75th anniversary, ICAO and aviation are on the cusp of an incredible future. Many exciting innovations are already ushering in a new era of flight. And as they do, ICAO is making sure our amazing global system continues to progress based on global solutions, and that the spirit of invention and adventure at the heart of all aviators is never diminished. Aviation has made our world a more intimate place, helping us appreciate and benefit from each other like never before. On the 75th anniversary of the Chicago Convention and of international cooperation fulfilling the promise of flight, aviation continues to unite the world, and ICAO unites aviation.
Clear? So as Divya asked, if you want these videos, okay, whatever I'm having, I'll try to put it up so that if you want to watch it again, because it also shares some of the informations. So, I will put it up on your website, so it would be easy. Now, is that clear, Divya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so these videos also, I have not updated it like I showed you yesterday's videos and all. There are some informations also which has been given into this, so I'll try to put that videos also, so it is easy for you guys to understand. Now I left off one point. If you talk about IATA and Aikawa, okay, I was coming to that versus, right? I'll share that. Okay, IATA versus Aikawa. Visible?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's visible.
Okay, IATA versus Aikawa. Now this is again typed by me, just for your understanding I have done it, so it is easy for you to understand. These are the two major international organizations, okay, IATA and Aikawa. So they have significantly shaped, or they both have their own roles, their own objectives, their own visions, their own missions for them. Okay, so these two are the two international organizations, but have a difference among themselves, as I already told you. The two organizations, how are they similar? Now, if you look at them, they are actually similar to each other. So what is that? They are relatively straightforward. If you see, they are completely understandable. There is no confusion between them, because as I already told you, IATA focuses on one particular, portion, and Aikawa focuses on everything. Okay, so it is somewhere founded in the similar times that IATA and Aikawa has come together, working together for, let's say, there was certain opportunities or certain kind of situations where they need to be coming up together and working for the position. So these two are the set of set of organizations which is, since they are internationally together, so they work there is a possibility that if Aikawa is asking for a help from IATA side, yes, IATA has to do it. Okay, so there was a possibility in that. So the same was founded up in Hague, okay, in 1919. Now the core function is the same as I defined about the differences. Okay, I have mentioned what are the core functions is, what Aikawa is doing and what IATA is doing. So the differences of these two has been mentioned here. IATA's set of standards is for member airlines, okay, and Aikawa sets on standards for member nations, okay. Then IATA advocates for the airline industry generally, but Aikawa looks for the standards, that is your SOPs. SOPs means your, like I told you, like your ATC instruments, your terminal infrastructure issues, anything comes under the Aikawa. So that is the difference which IATA and Aikawa is having. So once you read this, you will come to know. So this is a word format which I have typed. This is just for your notification. Okay, so you can understand the difference between both the what do you say? Both the organizations. Now, is IATA and Aikawa clear? Quickly. Is IATA and Aikawa clear? Is there any doubt in IATA and Aikawa?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now moving on to NAA, that is National Aviation Authorities. National Aviation Authorities, I already told you, it is those kind of authorities which is actually done in your state, in your nation, in your country. Okay, National Aviation Authorities. So as I already told you, now if you talk about USA is taken care by FAA, UK is taken care by CAA, and in India it is taken care by NAA. Now there is a certain development which is coming up stating that CAA should be taking care of India also. Okay, so it is yet to be coming to process, but currently the National Aviation Authorities have been taking care. Now I will tell you what are the set of National Aviation Authorities. Number one is your MOCA, MOCA, which means if you could do a running notes, quickly make a notes. It's MOCA, MOCA, which means Ministry of Civil Aviation. Number two, DGCA, okay, Director General of Civil Aviation. Number three, BCAS, BCAS, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security. Number four, AAI, which is Airport Authority of India. So these four are the major organization under NAA. Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, can you repeat that fourth one, ma'am?
AAI, Airport Authority of India.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so these four are the organizations. Number one, MOCA. Number two, DGCA. Number three, BCAS. Number four, AAI. So these four are the organization. I have told it according to the hierarchy. So the first one, MOCA, whatever I told you, is the head of other three. Under MOCA comes DGCA. Under DGCA comes BCAS. Under BCAS comes AAI. So these BCAS and AAI work together. Okay, so there is no under and all for that. So MOCA stands the head where the minister sits. Okay, where our civil aviation minister sits up. And set of policies for India has been put up by him. So that is the thing. Now, quickly moving on to the National Aviation Authorities. Okay, MOCA, I will tell you the introduction. Visible?
No.
No?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's
okay. Now, what is MOCA? MOCA, no going deeply since it's just an introduction for you. So you need to just know what are the organizations which takes care of civil aviation. So that's the reason I'm telling you. So that's the reason I didn't take up any PPT, because PPT, it goes deeply into MOCA. So that's the reason I've typed myself and I've sent you with the major points. It's more than enough for you guys. So Ministry of Civil Aviation is responsible for the formulation of national policies. So if you see, the entire country comes under MOCA. Okay, so whatever regulations or whatever developments is done in the aviation field in India. Okay, since we are learning about the Indian aviation, we only need to know about the Indian aviation. So whatever comes under, if any development needs to be done, if anything, let's say, as I spoke about Aikawa, any instrument change, any, you know, sort of accidents happened, what was the reason for the accident, all these things needs to be reported to MOCA. Okay, now as I said, there is a hierarchy. Yes, first it needs to be reported to the DGCA and then to the MOCA. So DGCA will report it to MOCA. So since MOCA stands first, you directly, the airline staff can't directly go and meet up the MOCA staff and say that no, it's not allowed. It should go via hierarchy itself. So DGCA is the one which reports to that. That when I'm talking about DGCA, I will inform you. Now MOCA is the one which takes care of the administrative, everything comes under the security, instruments, your ANS, your CNS, your lights on the runway, whatever comes, all the informations or all the documentation should be given to MOCA. That is, MOCA should be getting the information as what is happening inside my country. So that is the thing. Now if we talk about MOCA not only takes care of a single single airport. It takes care of the entire India's airport. Okay, now under MOCA, yes, there is a thing that sometimes the military bases also informs it to MOCA, since minister is there. So sometimes there is a procedure that they might be informing it to them. Now I have already told, see, civil aviation, did you see that autonomous organizations like Director General of Civil Aviation, Bureau of Civil Aviation Security, and Indira Gandhi Rashtriya Udan Academy, and affiliated public sector undertaking, like, so all these things will come under MOCA. So each and every, the pick and pan should be informing it to the MOCA. If you see, even Pawan Hands helicopters, whatever is there, so even they needs to be informing whatever is happening to them. Let's say they have an helicopter issues, that needs to be informed to MOCA. So these all are the things which comes under MOCA. Civil aviation industry in India has grown up so fast, as I told you. Within 4 years, there is an increment, lot of increment in the thing. Now, this ministry updates, this ministry administers or implements a certain set of rules, okay, certain set of amendments which needs to be followed by the civil aviation. So those implementation is called as Aircraft Act 1934. So when you come for acts, that is when you, I believe you might be having a separate subject of aviation law. You have it, but aviation law, you have it in the next chapter. But that is again an introduction, because you can't go deeply into aviation law since you are just the beginning of aviation subject. So I believe next, any semesters, they might ask you for an aviation law subject itself, where, you have your amendments, you have your act, you have your annexes and all coming up. So Aviation Act, you have National Corporation Act, you have aviation aircraft rules, aviation rules, like that coming up. So now we'll only think that aircraft rules is the base of all the act. Okay, Aircraft Act is the base of all the act and rules which is coming up. So 1934, this act was started. Okay, so MOCA will mostly stress upon Aircraft Act. Okay, it implements the rules which is mentioned in the Aircraft Act and goes according to that. Okay, so if you see, they implemented Aircraft Act 1934, Aircraft Rules 1937, and they not only take care of aircrafts, but they, or air aviation, but they are a part in CRS, which is Commission of Railway Safety. So they play a role in this railway communications also. Okay, so any commissions or any regarding the safety, okay, it needs to be checked. So then again, the Commission of Railway say safety team will contact MOCA. So they are a part, they play a role in this particular thing also. Now, I have already mentioned, I already told you, head of MOCA is Mr. Jyotiraditya Scindia, which is cabinet minister, and VK Singh is Mr. Minister of State. Okay, Minister of State. Now, headquartered in Rajiv Gandhi Bhavan, which is there in Safarganj, okay, New Delhi. Now, if you quickly